people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman, I love what she's doing, she's fighting for us. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
Conservative Media Peeps, what's up? It's me, John D. Villarreal, Paul Villarreal there. We want to talk about this Wikileaks situation and the Afghanistan war in general and how Obama is handling this. First of all, before we even get into this whole Wikileaks thing and the hubbub about that, let's talk about this war. We haven't talked a lot about it before, but it's like this. Everybody knows I'm about as hardcore of a hawk as you can get out there for a lot of things. But I've also said we got to be smart about it, dude. I was all for smashing Al-Qaeda. I was all for all that type of stuff, right? And, you know, doing the hardcore national security and that. But at the same time, these are our men and women. This is our blood and treasure. There's a lot of money. We got bases all over the world. And I'm saying, you know what? This stuff costs a lot of money. Like, what are we doing? Why are we defending Europe when they make fun of us, this, that, whatever, and they're supposed to be so great, and they're big social sponsors? Like, you know, forget about it, right? You know, Germany's got enough money. Same thing with Japan, all that type of stuff. Now, I'm not saying you just pull away from everywhere. I'm saying you need to do a logical analysis of this to see where it is really still strategic for us and whatnot. We do need some forward operating bases. We do need some air bases and things like that around the globe and naval, and that's fine. But it can be dramatically pared back. Dramatically. Not the least of which was this myth that Obama was so tough and, oh, Iraq was a war of choice, but Afghanistan was the good war. He talked all tough during the 2008 presidential campaign. He was going to get him in Afghanistan and in Pakistan and do this and do that and whatever and blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out that the whole thing's a mess. And we've been in there 10 years. Not much has changed. Maybe I'm going to be proven wrong on this. Maybe there's going to be Surge 2 and the whole thing's going to turn out right. But nobody's ever won in Afghanistan, okay? Because there's almost nothing to win, dude. The terrain sucks. There is no national infrastructure whatsoever. You know, this is a very tribal society. They all fight with each other. I'm not saying it's always going to be like that. I'm saying it's probably going to be like that for the near future, meaning the next 10 or 20 years. Okay? That's most likely. I mean, a lot of this stuff is mountainous terrain, over 14,000 feet. Darn near nobody can live there. Okay? So it's like Bin Laden's not there anymore. Supposedly there's only 50, Al-Qaeda AQ left in the country. What are we doing there? We have, what, over 100,000 troops there or whatnot? I mean, I don't get it. And about 60 American soldiers are dying every month. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, if we saw that there was light at the end of the tunnel, that'd be one thing. We're spending ridiculous amounts of cash on this when we don't have it, okay? Let's get into that. But now it turns out, and here's where the Wikileaks things come in, that allegedly, the report is that this Private Bradley Manning, an Army intelligence officer, we don't know, analyst, we don't know if it's right or wrong, is saying, oh yeah, the situation is basically effed, and they're getting Afghanistan, you know, Taliban, AQ people are getting help both from Pakistan and from freaking Iran. Oh, that's a freaking shock, bro. And we told Obama that the real threat around here is Iran, dude. They're right on the verge of a nuclear weapon there. Israel's freaked out. Iran's punking its own people. If we're going to be anywhere, we should be in Iran. We should be helping these people out with NADA and the other people, the Green Revolution movement, who are trying to fight for their liberty and democracy and freedom. That country's ready to accept that. They've got a great people, but they have a bunch of thugs as leaders. That makes some kind of sense. We can't be everywhere in the world, and maybe we should be nowhere. But if we're going to be anywhere in that region, that's where you need to be. That's where the money's coming from. That's where the nuclear hardware is going to come from. That's where the populace says we want to change things around. I mean, it doesn't make any freaking sense. We're fighting over a couple rocks in Afghanistan. Now, the whole thing looks bad. This makes Obama look terrible. This is at the heart of this whole Gentleman Crystal thing. Paul, what's going on with this, and what do you think is going to happen?
Well, this is a mess. It's a mess for Obama. He looks, you know, nobody's believed him in terms of being tough on Afghanistan with the planned withdrawal, drawdown date. I mean, the Taliban's already talking about cutting off people's heads, and I mean, it's just, you know, we look bad, and now we look even worse. And this is what candidate Barack Obama said in 2007 about Pakistan. Quote, "If we have actionable actionable intelligence about high-value terrorist targets, and President Musharraf of Pakistan won't act, we will. Well, apparently there's a lot of thinking that Osama bin Laden's in Pakistan. Is that actionable intelligence? You know, why are we looking so weak right here with what's going down? I mean, this is a disaster.
And here's the
Bradley
thing.
Manning guy is the guy that leaked this stuff, okay? You know, deal with him. But the larger issue here is America and Barack Obama looks weak, and it does not look like we're winning in Afghanistan, and that's a mistake. That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. I mean, dude, you know, extend the Bush tax cuts and bring the freaking kids home. How about that? How about you put the soldiers on the border of Arizona and Texas, stuff like that, and keep out the narco terrorists? That's something you can do. I mean, how about you do something that makes some shred of sense, dude? I mean, I don't understand.
Let me just say one other thing too. Look, the Democrats all during the Iraq War, they were whining and complaining, and we failed and all this stuff. Well, it turns out we won because Bush was strong there. But right now, if you're the party of failure and you're the party of withdrawal, then it's time to pull out of Afghanistan, because based on this WikiLeaks evidence, we're getting our butts kicked.
Well, there's so many Democrats don't want to fight anywhere. And sometimes you need to fight, and we're all for that. Like I said, we're about as hawkish as they come, with intelligence though, okay? I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm all about, like, dude, we're going to do everything we can to not go to war, but when it's time to go to war, we want to bring super firepower and blow everything up to win what we need to win and get out, and with as many limited civilian casualties as surgically as we can. That's what you need to do. You need overwhelming firepower. That's the basis of the power doctrine. Right? So the thing of it is that, like, which is the JDV doctrine. And the thing of it is like this. I like what Obama's done with this drone attack stuff. That's good. We should do more of those drone attacks. That stuff works. They're good. Whatever like that. Dude, fly a bunch of drones around there. Keep the drones going. If they come back, blow them up with some drones. Do some of that. You know, there's all kinds of long-range missile, whether it's MIRV options or some of the stuff off the carriers, whatever. You probably can't reach them with there's a lot of different weapons and technologies that they can do in there. They can keep flying the Spectre gunships. They can keep some of the CIA operatives and the special forces in there. They can keep the drones flying. They can do a lot of different things like that. That's probably what you need to do on that. With Pakistan, I'd get a lot more aggressive with this type of stuff. And we have to be careful. They do have nuclear weapons. We want to make sure that you know, Islamabad doesn't fall to the Taliban, but dude, the things basically meant I'd hit them a lot harder. I'd have B-52s maybe rolling into, you know, Waziristan or wherever the safe havens are, whatever, if we need to. Point is, we need to get a lot more aggressive with a limited surgical strike type of capability where we need to be, and we need to get the heck out of everywhere else that we don't need to be. It's really that simple. And you know what? We can't fight every war. We can't even win every war. We have to save our money right now. We have to be smart about where the real threats are, and where there's not an immediate threat that we can really do something about, we got to get out of there. And we got to save the cash, and we got to take care of the home front here, and we got to take care of our young men and women who are, you know, making the ultimate sacrifice for us out there, and stop playing political games with the military. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying this is a mess. So anyway, that's what I think. We need to be smart about this. I think this WikiLeaks thing has a real awakening that, yeah, not so easy to be president, real easy to talk about. There's a lot of these people on the left, they don't want to fight any wars, but I do think this thing in Afghanistan is a total mess and needs to be rethought, and we need to get the heck out of there as soon as possible, but then still keep a president there. And, you know, where we see AQ, we blast them, bro. But that's not just in Afghanistan. It's in Pakistan. It's in Somalia. It's in Yemen. They're mobile. So it's just, you know, the fight goes on. But we just have to be smart about the fight. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm John. That is Paul. We are Conservative Media. We will see you next time. Comments below. Subscribe above. Check you out.